Sorry. Ana is going to be B tier with her nerfs. We talked about that. Kiriko is just better. She doesn't have the speed or the mobility that Kiriko has. Ashe is going to be A tier because a lot of sniper maps are coming back. She can put out a lot of damage, especially in comp, especially with the Mercy Pocket too. Like, she can actually put in work. So, yeah. Ashe going to be A tier. BAP, again, same problem as Ana. 25-second ammo field compared to a 14-second Suzu, which is better with better mobility options, better healing options, better dueling options. Now, if Rein ends up being good on some maps, I think BAP is better with Rein than Kiriko is. So BAP would be played if Rein is played, but other than that, probably not. Bastion, going to be middle of the pack, B tier. He's decent. Like, he's not better than the best DPS, but he's not worse than the worst DPS. You guys get what I'm saying on that one. So we're going to put Bastion in B tier. Brigitte, gonna be B tier as well, but she could end up being better than that. Like, the break changes are interesting. Rally's going to come up faster, which needed to happen. The burst healing could end up being very good. They did nerf for overall healing output per second, technically, but I would trade that for the burst. I think that the burst is just kind of better. We'll see, though. Maybe good. Brig is definitely sleeper. And she got that shield buff to 300 HP. She's definitely sleeper. She's on the cusp of being very, very good. But again, like, these three heroes are competing for Kiriko's spot, and Kiriko is just leagues above them, right? Cassidy got some buffs, right? Burger Billy with the 5 says junk on site. Thanks, buddy. I'll turn on my alerts for that. But yeah, Cassidy, again, he got a damage fall-off buff, but like, he's competing with Sojourn, Reaper, Sombra, etc., etc. Even May. Like, if Ryan Rush is good, Cass will be good. But if Ryan Rush is not good, he won't be.
Yes.
Right? So it really depends. Doom, I'm going to put Doom in like A tier. Like, if you're a good Doomfist, you can get value, but he's definitely not going to be the best tank in the game. He's going to be harder to play. And if ball comps end up being played, I'm not sure if Doom is actually going to get the time that he needs. So we'll see about that. Diva, going to be B tier. She's just, I don't know. She's decent, but like, I don't know. Like, the things that she's good into got nerfed. So I just don't see her excelling over a lot of these other tanks. Echo, guys, and I hate to say this. But I'm going to downgrade Echo a little bit, okay? Well, I want to put her in B+, because a lot of hit scan heroes got buffed, but here's what it's going to depend on. If ball comps end up being played, Echo will be good with the ball comps. Echo with ball Mercy is good. But if rush comps are being played with a lot of the hit scan heroes that got buffed, she's going to be worse. So it really depends. And it's a lot of sniper maps too. It's like Havana, Junkertown, Circuit, right? So like, a lot of the escort maps where she used to be good, like Gibraltar and stuff, just aren't being played. So you can't really play Echo, honestly. Like, she definitely lost on the map pool. She lost on a lot here. So I'm gonna put her at B tier, especially with every other hero getting ult buffs except for her. Everyone else's ult, which is gonna be better than her ult, comes up first. So I'm gonna downgrade Echo to B tier here. But she's still playable. She's definitely playable. I would say Echo is B+. I can't put her in low B. She's a high B. Genji, oh god, I gotta put Genji in C tier. If ball comps are good, Genji will be garbage. Ana's not gonna be played with. It's gonna be a lot of Kiri, maybe Lucio, right? I don't see Genji thriving in this meta, especially with the Reaper buffs. He doesn't have anything he excels at. So again, and especially with the role cube or the role passive being changed, I just don't see Genji excelling. Same goes for my buddy Hanzo. There are a lot of sniper maps, but the reason why I rank him at C is that he doesn't snipe better than any of the other snipers. His ult is just very bad. Like, Hanzo, like, you can play him, but he doesn't excel at his role compared to any other of the snipers in the game. So, like, you can pick Hanzo. I don't think he's better than Ashe. He's not better than Widow. He's not better than Sojourn, who we're going to get to, and the list goes on. And we did put Ram way up here, too, by the way. Junker Queen, permanently B tier. Again, as long as Kiriko exists, she's not going to be able to be A or S tier because everything she does just gets countered. She doesn't have an ult when Kiriko's in the game. So, yeah, we're definitely not putting Junker Queen over B tier. But if Kiriko is not being played, she immediately could be A tier. But if they're playing Kiriko, just switch. Jay Silly got some nerfs. Still is good, right? But you have to be more accurate with your conk mine, which is fair. So I'm going to take him down from A tier and put him in B tier. He's still pickable, but he's way more middle of the pack now. So I feel good about the Jay Sil nerfs. Kiriko. Hey, do you guys remember when all the other streamers said, like, yo, Sam, I think you're overestimating Kiriko. It's just Samito being crazy again. He's just getting riled up. What does he know? How many times does it have to happen before people start listening? Still the best character in the game, has 3 applicable invulnerabilities in a 14-second span. No other of these support. Kiriko can apply 3 invulnerabilities to herself in the time, including mobility, with wall climb, in the time that Ana can use 1 sleep dart. Ana's sleep dart is a 14-second cooldown. Suzu is a 14-second cooldown. And Kiriko's swift step is 7-second cooldowns each. All 3 of those abilities apply invulnerability to Kiriko, and one of them is cleansing, which makes it easier for Kiriko to also activate the support passive. These heroes cannot compete until their cooldowns are lowered to be competitive at the pace of Kiriko's. It's not doable. And on top of the fact Kiriko has better mobility, the days of supports having long-lasting impact, high cooldown abilities to balance them are dead. The supports need higher frequency, lower value cooldowns, like a 2-second sleep dart. Like the duration of sleep is 2 seconds and the cooldown is like 8, right? That's what these heroes need to compete. Until they get them, they won't be able to compete. Did they not remove the cleanse from Swift Step? I don't think they did. You still get invulnerable. They reduced the invulnerability frames. Either way, she still survives. Lucio, I'm going to put an A tier. I'm not sure if... I hope Lucio is up here with Kiriko. I can't say that he is. He did get a nice little sound barrier buff, but it's going to depend on what's better, him or Mercy. I think him and... Well, we'll get to Mercy momentarily, but Lucio's still an A tier pick. Really, really solid, pickable. May. B tier. Got a nice little Blizzard buff. I like that a lot. I think that's fun. So May's in a good spot, I think. Mercy, still going to be A tier. I think in the metal rank, she might be broken. I know a lot of Mercy mains are mad at the nerfs, but they needed to happen. And I'm not so sure we can call them nerfs yet. She might end up being broken because you can build Valk faster by healing lower HP targets. Like, that opportunity is going to be there for better Mercy players. And you're unkillable in Valk now. Like, your self-regen is so good. And that self-regen passive will also stack with the support passive. So, I don't know. I'm not sleeping on Mercy just yet. Moira, also going to be B tier. Again, she's just not Kiriko. She's just not Kiriko. Like, until the cooldowns of these supports can get on par with Kiriko, they're not touching her. They're not touching her, right? Orisa, I'm going to say, is A tier as well. Great survivability, a lot of playmaking potential for her, so I think Orisa is still going to be a very solid pick. Farah got some buffs, going to be B tier as well. In the metal ranks, I think Farah could definitely put in some work, but the high-level play, like, you have to be Yasna to get value, and not everyone is, and it's very hard to force. Reaper. So... I actually like Reaper a lot this patch, right? If Lucio ends up being good, and another tank I'm going to talk about here in a moment is going to end up being good, Reaper is definitely going to get some time to shine. His Blossom got the biggest ult charge rate buff of them all. If Lucio and Kiriko are good, we already know Reaper's going to thrive. So I actually do hope Reaper ends up being good. He's very fun when Reaper's meta. Like, I don't think there's been a bad Reaper meta. Rein, man, I want to put Rein in A tier. I do. But I don't know, man. Like, good Reinhardts can make better plays now. I want to put Rein on B+. Rein is map dependent. On the right map, Rein is going to be a great pick. Like, Rein went from, like, not really being able to be played on his good maps. These are not in order, by the way. To now, like, on the right maps, you can absolutely play Rein Rush, and it's going to be good with his buff. So I'm glad to see Rein being back. He will definitely see some more playtime, but just not on the sniper maps. Like, a lot of the map pool just kind of fucked Reinhardt. So if the map pool is a little bit more favorable to him, I would have put him in A tier, but it's just not. But yeah, welcome back, Reinhardt. Hog, also going to be in the B tier. He's decent, but he's not a throw pick either. He's just kind of middle of the pack. Sigma, I'm putting in A tier. On Junkertown, maps like that, he's almost going to be a must pick. Still a super strong hero, even though he got nerfed. Does it all on his own. Insane sustain. Going to give it to Sigma on the right maps. He's going to get played a lot. Sojourn. We all know where this one's going. She's still at the high-level plays. Like, she just does so much, right? So I think she's still going to be incredibly strong. Soldier, he's really diveable, but he got a recoil reduction. So I would say for all ranks, I'm going to put him in A tier. He's just going to be way easier to handle, but he's still not Sojourn, I don't think. But he definitely will get some playtime. Like, you can pick Soldier and have it not be throwing, especially if you can hit the headshots. You can get some value. Sombra, putting her in B tier. She's definitely not as bad as the Shamadas, in my opinion, right now. Genji's only pickable because of Nanoblade, by the way. That's the only reason he's pickable. They changed, yeah, regardless. We're going to get to that later. But Sombra, I think she's decent, especially if Ball ends up seeing some more playtime, who we're going to get to in a little bit. Sombra, especially if it ends up being rushed, she does 187 damage per second on a hack target, I believe, now. So, a lot of damage. Really, really strong. Sim, B tier. Got a nerf to her wall charge. I think she's still solid pick on the right map. She, especially in low ranks, can be a menace, right? So we'll wait and see. You know, I think Sim is still a decent pick on the right situation, though. And the same goes for Torbjorn, who is now had his turret slightly nerfed, but his overload's really good. He's a solid pick, middle of the pack, kind of slept on. If ball comps end up being good, Torb can end up being very good because you can force the ball with the turret. We'll see on the right map. Tracer, going to be A tier as well. She's got tons of options, right? Ram, I think I have Ram at S tier this season. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. I still think Ram, if Rush is good, Ram will be good. But we'll see. Tracer going to be A tier. Ton of options, right? She's still just like, you know, Tracer always will be a pretty decent pick. And the same goes for Widowmaker, who is still an A tier pick, in my opinion. The sniper maps are going to be crazy this season. She did get a health nerf, so there's more options to her, but we're talking about a sniper that has the best, the highest damage one shot in the game at 300 damage, pure hit scan, and high mobility with SMG options with a still solid health pool at 175. Everything that makes snipers balanced in other FPS games, Widow does not have those drop-offs. She still has the best mobility option for the snipers with grapple. She can go super far with grapple. She's got a Venom Mine to mark areas, which is okay. SMG options, insane range, damage potential. It's just Widow, bro. She's pretty nuts. Winston is also going to be A tier. He got some slight nerfs, but if Lucio Kiri comes back, he will still be strong. We've learned that from previous patches that Winston, you know, goes well with Lucio Kiri. Right? Ball. I'm going to put Ball in A tier. I'm unsure about doing that, though. I think there's a lot of like good Ball. Like, I consider Ball and Doom to be in the same boat now. With his shield health, he can roll around and do more. I will say, if Rush is good, though, I think Ball loses way more than Doomfist does. So, it really is going to depend on how good Mercy is, because if Mercy's better than Lucio, it will favor Ball. And that's what makes this season exciting, in my opinion. There's a lot of different avenues as to where this could go. We'll wait and see. Ball is definitely pickable now. Like, Ball, he's not the objective worst tank in the game anymore. So, like, I think Ball definitely needed that, so we'll see. Zarya, going to be B tier as well. Got some grav nerfs. I was surprised to see those, definitely because she's getting picked in low ranks quite a bit. And Zenyatta, also going to be B tier because the sniper maps are very good, and Zen is very good on those sniper maps and those situations. So there's my Season 3 tier list. What do you guys think? Make sure to leave some comments down below asking questions. Ram is going to be S tier, in my opinion. I think Ram is going to be up here, or either S or A. There's no icon for him, though. So, yeah, chat. You guys are new, hit that sub button. Appreciate you guys watching. Click on screen, check out the previous video. Now I'm going to go do my placements. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's get it done.